Hey guys, first off, I'd just like to say that I hit 100 subscribers, so thank you to all of the people that subscribe to me. I really appreciate it. Anyway, this is the tutorial for Sandswitch. For this trick, you'll need 2 jokers with red backs, the 4 aces, all of these with blue backs, and any 2 indifferent cards that you're going to force on your spectator. For the setup, take the 2 red aces and place them face up on the bottom of the deck. Throughout the trick, you want to be careful that you don't flash these. Next, take the 2 random cards, put them on the top of the deck, followed by the 2 black aces and the 2 red back jokers. To start off the trick, you want to show the spectator that you have 2 black aces and that they have red backs. To do this, you need to either do a quadruple lift followed by a double lift or 2 triple lifts. I'll show you both ways in the trick. The way I do this is I slant the side of the deck and I apply pressure with my thumb and then feel along the side of the deck until I have the number of cards that I need and then flip it over. I have a more in-depth tutorial on this if you're confused. I'll put the link on the screen somewhere. So again, slant the deck, apply pressure, feel along the side until you have 4 cards, and then flip it over. Now the one problem with this is that, as you can see, there's a blue card underneath what they think is a red-backed ace. So then when you flip this back over and set down what they think is a black ace, which is really the first joker, there's now a red card underneath it when technically there should be a blue card. This is a really small problem with the trick that most people won't notice, but if you're worried that someone will, just use a little bit of misdirection. Now that I did the quadruple lift, I'll need to do the double lift. So once again, slant the pack and apply pressure with the thumb and feel along the side until you have 2 cards, flip it over to show the second black ace. And then set down what they think is the ace, which is really the second joker. Now you need to force 2 cards on the spectator, so swing cut the cards and hold a break. Tell them to say stop as you riffle down the side of the deck. It doesn't matter where they say stop because you're going to take away the cards at the break. Now one thing to keep in mind here is that the aces are face up right there. So you want to riffle down kind of slow, because if you riffle too fast and the spectator doesn't say stop in time, you're going to end up flashing those aces. So riffle down slow, give them a chance to say stop before you get to the aces, take away the cards at the break, and now you're back to the original setup at the top and nothing has been disturbed. Once again, you'll need to do either quadruple lift or a double lift or 2 triple lifts, whichever you're most comfortable with. This time I'll show you 2 triple lifts. Again, slanted pack, a pressure with the thumb, get 3 cards and flip it over to show the first selection, which is the queen of diamonds. And then what you're really sitting down is an ace. Do this again, get 3 cards, flip it over to show their second selection, the 4 of spades, set that down, which is really the second black ace. Now you need to take what they think are their 2 selections and get them lost into the deck. So on the bottom of the deck you have the 2 face-up red aces. Using your pinky, what you want to do is pull down the bottom 2 cards. So you're pulling down the bottom 2 aces so that you can get that break under the bottom 2 cards. The first selection, what they think is their selection, is really one of the aces you're going to place on top of the break. Now you're telling them that you're putting it into the middle of the deck. So you want to really sell this, so it can be a good idea to just kind of poke around a little bit in the middle of the deck and even get some other cards on the other side here to kind of poke out, just like that. And then also it's good if you bend the card up, as you can see like that. If you bend the card up, it creates an illusion that the card is going in more towards the middle of the deck. Take the second selection, what they think is their selection, which is really the second black ace, and this needs to go on the bottom. Again, you're trying to sell like you're putting it in the middle of the deck, which is hard since you're really putting it on the bottom. So you can poke around a little and get some cards to poke out. And also remember to bend it up. That way it creates the illusion that the card is actually going into the middle of the deck. So now that you've done that, your situation on the bottom of the deck is you have the 2 red aces sandwiched by the 2 black aces. Again, be careful not to flash that. The actual selections are still on top of the deck. What you need to do now is get a break under both of these cards. So get a break under the 2 selections. Take what they think are the black aces, but are really the jokers, and when you're squaring them up on the deck, you want to steal away all 4 of these cards. So you have the 2 jokers and their 2 selections. Do your typical sandwich load where you just peel off the top card and put it on the bottom, and that way everything is sandwiched. These just go into the middle of the deck. And now from here on, all the slights are over and it's just showmanship and presentation and you putting on a good acting performance. You can snap your fingers or wave your hand or do something to show that the two black aces, or at least what they think are the black aces, have trapped two cards. And of course, these two cards must be their selections, which are the Four of Spades and the Queen of Diamonds. Now you need to reveal to them that these cards are actually the jokers and not the aces. You want to do this very casually, and you want to really act like you're surprised, like you're completely confused on what just happened. So what I did is I just said, I told you that the aces were really good when it comes to finding selected cards, and then you just kind of flip them over and then just, whoa, what happened? Where are the aces? Now what you need to do is you've got your aces sandwiched on the bottom of the deck. Just simply casually cut them into the middle and say, well, they must be in the deck somewhere. And then just spread out the deck to show that the two aces have also trapped two cards. And of course, those two cards are the two red aces. And that is the tutorial for Sandswitch. Hope that was helpful. If you're still confused, just send me a message, leave me a comment, and I will see you guys next time.